Good afternoon, DY. I'm Molly Young.
And I'm Ava DeBreo. Welcome to the Dolphin News.
To start things off, we go to our principal, Mrs. Bennett, for a bit from Bennett.
Good afternoon, DY. Happy New Year. And let's start things off with a huge shout out to the Dennis Yarmouth Regional High School's marching band for their promotion from A class to open class by U.S. bands. This decision was made by virtue of DY's placement and scores at the 2024 U.S. Bands competitive events. Congratulations and good luck. And great job to our formal band for putting on another amazing show last night. There was so much talent on the stage, and I'm so proud we get to share it with the community. Thank you to all who put in so much hard work. Next, a shout out to our GSA Club for putting on an amazing fashion show yesterday and utilizing a wonderful community partner in the Yarmouth Public Library. The show is creative and informative. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Back to you, Molly and Ava.
Thank you, Ms. Bennett. The School to Careers program, in collaboration with the Science Department, will be sponsoring a field trip to the annual Waterworks Blue Economy and STEM Exploration Day at Cape Cod Community College, Tuesday, January 14th from 9 to 11 a.m.
Students will depart for the field trip around 8:30 a.m. and return to DY by 11:30 a.m. The list of students will be posted for teachers soon.
For more than 30 years here at DY, the School to Careers program has provided college and career readiness experiences to help students make informed decisions regarding their post-high school plans. Students engage in college and career development, planning activities, and learning opportunities to develop the skills, mindsets, and behaviors to be successful in college, work, and life.
If you have any interest in learning more about this practical learning experience, contact your guidance counselor.
Now we go to Dom for our sports news.
Thank you, Ava. The winter track teams will go up against the Falmouth Clippers Tuesday at 3. Boys hockey is facing off against Bourne tomorrow at Gala at 7:30 p.m. Girls hockey will be traveling to Charles Moore to defeat the Nassau Clippers at 5:30. The basketball teams are taking on Falmouth High School this upcoming Tuesday. The boys are away at 6:30, and the girls are at home at 5:30. Let's start off the new year right with wins over for the Lagoon Ticks across the board. Back to you, Molly and Ava.
Thank you, Dom. Right now, students across DY are studying poetry and memorizing lines for their in-class recitations. The best performers from each class will gather together 1 week from today for our annual Poetry Out Loud school celebration.
Poetry Out Loud is a nationwide poetry recitation competition. It encourages students to explore poetry by memorizing and performing poems in front of their teachers and peers. The competition also helps students develop their public speaking, memorization, and presentation skills.
Students compete on the school level, and winners then go on to regional and statewide competitions. The top competitors from each state meet in Washington, D.C. for the national competition, where they perform for a panel of judges and compete for scholarships and other prizes.
We wish the best of luck to all performers, and we look forward to the school-wide event in a week.
We'd like to switch gears now and talk about a serious issue that has impacted the DY community. Rett syndrome is a rare progressive neurological disorder that primarily affects women and girls. It typically becomes apparent in infancy after a period of normal early development and presents itself with significant cognitive and physical impairment.
People with Rett syndrome develop motor issues, breathing problems, trouble with speech and communication, and seizures. Treatment includes the use of physical therapy, speech therapy, and medication. However, it is a genetic disease, and for now, there is no cure.
If you believe that Rett syndrome doesn't affect us here at DY, think again. We have programs here at DY that educate many students who struggle in ways we can only imagine, including Rett syndrome.
Rett syndrome remains a major focus of research as scientists work towards finding therapies to treat or even cure the condition. Later this month, the Dennis Yarmouth Regional High School will be making a donation to the Rett Syndrome Research Trust. If you'd like to contribute, please bring your donation to the main office. The due date for donations is January 27th.
And now it's time for our DY Moment of Culture. Let's go to Nyaja.
Today, we take a look at life and legacy of one of the modern music's most influential artists, Erykah Badu. Born on February 26, 1971 in Dallas, Texas, Badu rose from local talent to global R&B icon for her unique voice and relentless creativity. Badu first caught the public's ear in late 90s with her debut album, Badism. In 1997, this album had mixes of soul, jazz, and hip-hop that reshaped the idea of R&B and earned herself a name in the industry. With hits like Next Lifetime and On, Badu quickly became known for her ethereal voice and thought-provoking lyrics. Her unforgettable style mixed with Afrocentric tunes with an aura of mystical assurance. Badu's influence wasn't limited to just the studio. With her unapologetic individuality and spiritual outlook, she became a muse for artists, designers, and activists. Her partnership with the likes of The Roots, Common, and other leading figures of hip-hop helped solidify her place within a movement that blurred genre boundaries and embraced alternative thought. Because of her contributions to the ever-changing landscape of soul music, music critics have dubbed her the Queen of Neo-Soul. Back to you, Ava and Molly.
It's time now for the DY Educator of the Week. According to one student, this educator changed how they feel about school by reminding them that teachers aren't just here for their jobs, but genuinely care about students. This teacher creates a learning space where students feel comfortable talking about their struggles, and in that openness, students can improve.
Her classroom, however, isn't a place of unicorns and glitter where students just talk about their feelings. It's also a place for hard work. This teacher finds a way to push students to their full potential without it feeling rude or invasive. Says one student, "I credit my good grades to her support and friendship."
This week's Teacher of the Week is none other than Mrs. Maycomb. Thank you, Mrs. Maycomb, for making DY such a great place to learn.
And remember, if you'd like to nominate a staff member for the DY Educator of the Week, see the nomination form in the Lagoon Google Classroom.
And now we go to Mackenzie with our weekend weather update.
Thank you. We are at that time of year when even slight wind conditions can make a cold day feel outright bitter, and that's the story of our forecast for this weekend. The rest of the day will be in the mid to low 30s with it feeling like the high 20s overall. The wind speeds are going to be rather low at around 12 miles per hour. Saturday will have a high of 33 degrees around 1:30 p.m. with a low of 29 degrees at around 8 a.m. that morning. However, it is going to feel like the high 20s until the evening hours when it is going to feel like 12 degrees. There will be cloudy conditions throughout the day. Surprisingly though, due to the sudden rain and snowstorms throughout the duration of the week, we have a 55% chance of snow hitting us this weekend. Although we are estimated to get less than an inch, it is still worth noting. Sunday will consist of partly cloudy yet windy conditions throughout the day, with a high of 34 degrees around 3 p.m. and a low of 28 degrees at 4 a.m. However, it is going to feel like 30 degrees in the afternoon while it is going to feel like 10 degrees that morning. The wind speeds are not going to be that high with gusts up to 27 miles per hour. Have a great weekend, DY, and stay warm. Back to you, Molly and Ava.
We close today with our DY Student of the Week segment. This student's work in AP Psych has been described as impressive and insightful. She shows deep thought and a willingness to be self-reflective.
She demonstrates a mastery of the context on each assignment, learns the key terminology of the class, and actively participates in class discussions. She's also thriving in her other AP classes.
This week's Student of the Week, as nominated by Mr. Hatch, is Madeline Vacek. Maddie, thank you for all you do to make DY a great place and keep up the great work.
That's all we have for today. Thank you for watching and
have a great day in Dolphinland, DY.